Hey everyone, welcome back to our weekly live Create With Me event. This is our fourth week of doing the Create With Me, and I have some very interesting announcements for you all. So, some things I'm very excited about, others we'll see. But I'm excited to share with you guys some information. We may be moving. So if that happens, we will continue Create With Me, but it may get a little bit intermittent for a little while. So we will know more here in the coming weeks. So I will continue to hold our live Create With Me every Friday while I can. But I just ask that you please be patient with me if I do have to cancel for a couple weeks time until I can get into a new studio, then I will keep you guys updated about that information. So it's very exciting. And like any moving possibilities are, of course, there's a lot of stress that can come with that. But I'm excited to have our crafting time together because we don't have to think about any of that when we get to come together and craft. So that's exciting. I also wanted to remind you guys a couple different things. So first of all, um, we have through February 28th, whoo, and that looks like that's really washed out. Okay, through February 28th, you have your celebration brochures. Don't forget that when you place a $50 order before tax and shipping with me through my online store, you get to pick one of these fun items out of the celebration brochure for every $50 increment that you spend. So that's exciting. There's $50 levels, and then there's a couple items on the $100 level. So that's really exciting. So don't forget about that. Now is the time to stock up on your cardstock or your adhesives or things like that and take advantage of this special savings. The other thing to note, what did I have to tell you guys? Sadly, because of the response so far, and because of what is going on for our family, we are going to have to cancel upcoming classes. And we have not had a ton of response on the monthly classes as well as of late. So it's kind of hard to keep those classes going. It takes, oh my gosh, probably at least 8 hours prep time for one class. And that's hard to do that right now if only one or two people sign up. So I love my one or two people. I value each and every one of you, but I have to value my time and my family too. So just be aware of that. As of now, until further notice, all future classes that are the paid monthly classes that we normally do the second and fourth Wednesday, those are going to be canceled for the time being. But I really look forward to continuing the Create With Me event. It's free, and you guys can all continue to come every Friday at 2 p.m. If you miss the 2 p.m. live, you're welcome to join us at 6 p.m. Mountain Time live on YouTube. And if you miss both of those times, come back and watch the replay, guys. I'm here for you, but I want to make it convenient for you all as well because life is crazy for everyone. So that said, let's go ahead and get to today's card. Okay, so hopefully everything is okay for you guys, that you can see this well. I keep trying to play with various lighting situations. I'm still looking to get some other lighting that will hopefully be a little bit better because this is just goofy to me, but we're doing the best that we can, right? That's all any of us can do. So I am very excited to get to today's card. And I don't know if you guys have noticed, with mystery stamping, we made one card, and that's amazing and that's fun. However, I'm really loving doing this Create With Me event with you guys because I love that I get to show you how to start with one beginner card. And I'll hold that up so that you guys can see better, hopefully. And let me turn some things, so hopefully it's not so crazy. Ooh, sorry, guys. Okay, so I love that we can start with one basic card and then we can build on this card. So we've got our beginner card here. Then we have kind of for our casual stamper. This is somebody that wants to stamp a couple times a month, maybe. You're a little bit more advanced than a beginner. You want to take it up a little bit of a notch and kind of get into playing with some embellishments. But that's about where you're at for the moment. And that's okay because we're all on different levels. And then I have for our avid crafters, you eat, sleep, and breathe stamps. Who doesn't, right? I have this more advanced card. So I love this chick. I hope you guys can see her. She is hysterical. Let me see if I can get the camera to zoom in nicely. Okay. She is so funny. I love the hair. And you guys can see I was fighting with my computer earlier or my printer earlier. And guess what? The printer won. So, oh my. Hang tight, guys. Calls aren't supposed to come through, and yet they do somehow. My apologies. If anyone knows how to fix that, tell me, because I have it on a do not disturb setting, and it's still disturbed. So feel free to let me know what the secret is to keeping those calls from actually coming through. Okay, so let's get started today. And to get started with our card, I think I told you guys in the supply list to have punches or to have dies. I'm going to show you what I did. I've already gone ahead and I've done this in advance, so it's a little bit easier. But I took a piece of computer paper. Okay, this is just junk computer paper. I keep a bunch cut up in a drawer. And I used my die cut machine. And I die cut through a piece of computer paper. You could also use punches. And that's what gave me the little circles here. Now, if you're going to do this as an advanced card, what I would like or suggest to you guys to do is this piece here is 4 inches by 5 1/4. Okay, it's just a standard card front, no big deal. When I cut this, I cut my computer paper and my card front at the same time. The reason why you want to do that is when you come down to start to stencil, you want to be able to line up your card front to your card when you're done and everything will line up neatly. So just know that your computer paper and your cardstock front at the same time if you're going to do the advanced card. Okay, easy peasy. All right, so I've gone ahead and I pre-cut my computer paper, and this was cut to 4 1/4, excuse me, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And I used a bit of, oh, where's my Kathy? What is that called? Micropore. I used a bit of micropore tape to attach it to my card front, okay, to the inside of my card. And that way it holds it down nice and tight, okay? Do you have to have circles? No, you can use squares. If you have a big, open, bold butterfly punch, you could use butterflies. You could use triangles. You can use this technique with really any shape. That's why it's so fun. The next thing I'm going to do is our new blender brushes. Guys, these are so amazing. I have worked with several. There's dollar store ones out there. There's all different there's a bunch out there. Okay. And I've tried some of the less expensive ones. I have. Because I was hoping that Stampin' Up would hear us, and they did. I'm very happy about that. And they brought these out. These are amazing. I'm sorry, I will be getting a bunch more of these because the other ones do not compare. They just don't have the same, they're not as smooth when they blend. It's like butter, okay? All right, the next thing I started out with was my So Saffron ink pad. I'm gonna go ahead and open that up. And gently, I'm just gonna gently come across my ink pad. I'm not pressing down real hard. I'm not, really rubbing it real hard. I'm just kind of going in a circular motion gently across the pad because these are foam pads. So a great deal of abrasion over time, I don't know if that's good for them or not. So I'm just doing it gently. And then what I do is I had some kind of blank space over here. So I'm going to start off on this computer paper so that the majority comes off on the computer paper and not directly on my project. And I'm just gonna start to blend in these areas. Okay, so now I hear you guys. I don't have those blender brushes. What am I gonna work with? I hear you. I hear you. It's okay. You can use daubers. You can also use sponges. If you've gotten sponges or daubers in the past with me, you can use any of those. And I'm just going to go ahead. It does take some patience, guys, working with blending. This is not a fast technique. Okay, I will tell you that. It is not a super fast, you know, stamp it down and you're done technique. This does take a bit of patience. And I will tell you that depending on how moist your ink pad is, that can affect how easily the ink is being pulled up as well. So I have not inked this pad in a while. Let me grab a re-inker. And I don't remember if I've shown you all this technique too recently. I think I've shown it to you a while back, but just in case, it never hurts to go over it. To re-ink a foam ink pad, okay, what you're gonna do is, first of all, make sure you have the right color. So saffron to so saffron. Ask me how I know that. And then I just kind of go around the ink pad. And this is soaking it up so much. So this was definitely getting dry. Okay, and I just kind of go both directions. And the reason is this: ink sits and it's kind of suspended where the ink goes. It does not immediately go into the ink pad and then begin to disperse on its own. It stays suspended wherever it's at. We don't want that. We need that ink to be dispersed within the ink pad nicely. So I just take a blank clear block and I drag it across gently, of course. I drag it across my foam pad. This helps smoosh. Boy, I really like that word. This helps smoosh all that re-inker fluid into the foam pad and helps it disperse much more easily. And I can see that it's still kind of dry here in the center area. So I am going to add a little bit more. Normally you would not need to add this much ink, guys, especially if they're newer pads. But I think it's a really great habit that I need to get into for sure. But it's a really great habit to get into of maybe put it on your calendar. You know, we take care of our furnace, take care of our, you know, heating and air conditioning, that kind of stuff. Maybe put it on your calendar every 3 to 6 months. Go through and ink up your pads. This will keep them fresh and ready to go when you are ready to go to stamp. Okay, and then I just have a wet baby wipe. I'm just going to clean my clear block off. And that's it. I'm done. Super fast and easy. Okay, so you saw the difference with how I was struggling a little bit to get that ink on there, right? Watch now. Oh, wow. Way faster. And I know the lighting isn't the best. So I don't know if you guys can see that, but oh my goodness. It really picks up that ink so much nicer. So gentle reminder, go ink your ink pads. All right. So once again, I'm just going to go around. And this is all up to how dark you want to go. I'm going to go a little bit darker because I can. And I think you guys can see it better. So again, I'm just moving in a circular direction. And when I'm working with the brush, I'm kind of starting on the outside. And even when I'm moving circularly, I'm trying to kind of go in a circle so that it's dragging the brush towards the center of my project. I don't want to be pushing the ink to the outside, or else it's going to go away from the project here, and that's not what I want. Okay, so I can go ahead and set that to the side at the moment. And if you guys can see that, you can see it's all nice and inked up in there. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm going to hop on over here to the Facebook group and see. I know we had a couple people that were looking to get connected here. Okay, I just want to make sure if there's any comments going. Okay, so once this is done, you can go ahead and pull your stencil off gently. And whenever you're pulling tape off, it's really great to kind of try to pull the tape back down on itself or as close to a 45-degree angle as you can. And you'll find that it's easy, much more easy to remove your tape. Sorry, I hope you guys got to see that. It looks like the video popped off for a second. Okay, so we have our stencil here ready to go. The next thing we're going to go ahead and do is I'm going to stamp with the memento. Oh, you know what? No, I'm sorry. Woohoo. The next thing we're going to do is I'm going to take a darker ink color now. So I worked with a lighter ink color here, and that was so that we could layer a darker ink color on top. So now I'm going to get crushed curry, and this is a darker yellow. And I know I already had you guys pull those stencils off. I'm sorry. Put them back on. Put them back. Put them back. The good thing is, once they have already been stenciled, it's pretty quick and easy to put the stencil back down. Not too big a deal. There we go. Now I can just tape it to the table for this. Okay, so I already have the stamps mounted, and the stamp set, again, that I'm working with is the Hey Chick stamp set. This was actually a Celebration stamp set a couple years ago, but it was so insanely popular that Stampin' Up! Has brought it back, you guys. I'm so excited. February 1st, it will be released. Here's the kicker. Oh, I'm over the moon. I'm so excited. There are matching dies to go with this set. And I don't mean just, oh, cut around the chicken's dies. I mean, there's like a hen house. There's oh, it's like barn and farm kind of items. Super, super, super cute. February 1st it gets released. I'm beyond excited, ecstatic. She's hysterical. Look at that face. How can you not look at that face and not smile? Hilarious. So I've already put those girls on a block. And what I'm gonna do is grab some extra scrap paper to just kind of cram underneath here, because I think she looks kind of cute. Stamped off to the side where her head's kind of poking off here. So I've got her there. And I know you guys may not be able to see this perfectly at the moment, so I will hold it up for you in just a minute. Okay, so once again, I stamped over the stencil, and that way when I take the stencil off, we can see the peekaboo of our images. You guys can see that. How stinking cute. Okay, so if we want to leave it there, we can leave it there and just go ahead and stamp our sentiment. But there's more. So if you wanted to take this up a notch to say more of the medium intermediate kind of card, we can go ahead and stamp our sentiment. Pop on a bow and a couple black matte dots, and we'd be done. Super easy peasy, very simple card. See if our light works with us. There we go. Super cute. Okay. But for those of you that want to take it up a notch, remember when I told you to die cut through your panel and through your cardstock at the same time? That's what I did. I die cut through the panel and the cardstock at the same time. And then what I did was I took my cardstock and the all wired up cling stamp. And what I did was I went ahead and I inked the whole stamp. And for time's sake, I'm not going to get into all that today. But then I just took it and I laid it down across. I took a piece of scratch paper, you can see the leftover here, and I rubbed across it. And that transferred the ink onto my cardstock. Okay. You do have the option of putting this on a block, inking it up, and stamping over top your entire piece of cardstock. That is an option. However, for me personally, through the years, I found that it's just as easy to leave this right inside the stamp case. And I take envelopes, I take everything to my stamp when I'm working with the big, huge stamp. Okay. So where are we at here? We've got our hey check. Okay. Again, you could just add a bow, some black matte dots to jazz that up and you'd be done. But to advance this further, I do have a little die cut. This came from the Simply Succulents die set. So I went ahead and stamped the hey chick on that, just to dress this all up a bit. Now I'm going to go ahead and add dimensionals to the back of my card front here so I can pop it up on top. Let me tell you something, guys. Ask me how I know. You do want to really support these cards. When you have holes, especially larger holes punched in them, you need a lot of foam support. Otherwise, your card will sag and it's not pretty looking. Okay, so be generous with your foam dots. You can always earn a sheet free from me. If you're an Inky Brilliance team member and you mail 6 cards out in a month, I send you a sheet of dimensionals as my little gift to you guys. Okay, so I've got those pretty well covered. And what you can do is you can set it on top and see, does it sag anywhere? Oh, there's a little bit of sagging here. There's a little bit of sagging here. You know, these thinner spots, right? There's a little bit of sagging going on. Like some of us, the older we get. So here is where the minis come in. Now I can use the mini dimensionals to fill in those other sagging areas. But it stinks to do that work and then to put the card on and then the whole card front be sagging. That's no fun. So I am totally going to support this card all the way around. See how that does. Oh yeah, much better. You can see there's still one little saggy spot here. There we go. Pop another guy there. Okay, you guys. So who remembers ever getting bubble wrap for something that you've made or gotten as a gift as a kid or whatnot? Did anyone ever like to sit and pop bubble wrap? To me, it can become kind of cathartic, like bubble wrap popping, pulling these off. And here is a little trick too. I don't know if any of you know this, but sometimes I don't even pull all of the sticky off. No, that's a concept, right? I don't even pull all the sticky off. Why? they're going to stay stuck already. You don't necessarily need to pull all those little pieces off. I pull all the main pieces off. I don't need to fiddle with the other small ones. The whole point is for them to be there to be a support. If it doesn't need the extra stick, why fiddle with it? That's my thought. Okay, and look, it lines up perfectly. Nice border all the way around. And why? Because I die cut the card front and the stencil at the same time. That's why that's important to do, because if you don't do that, you're going to struggle to line this up with your stenciling underneath. Okay, so we've done that. I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of adhesive with my Stampin' Seal. Pop our little hey chick there. She's super cute. I have a bit of glue dots to take this up a notch. Oh my gosh, you guys, I was going to tell you, so excited. This organdy ribbon, I don't know, can you guys see this? There's glitter in it. Not only is there glitter in it, but I found that the organdy, it's so easy to stick with glue dots. I don't have to fight with anything. I don't have to try to, get it to stick better or anything like that. It's super easy to tie bows, and it's super easy to stick with the glue dot. So I was really, really, really excited about that. Okay, last but not least, if I can find where I buried it. I did. I literally buried it. I have the black matte dots that are super cute and fun to play with. And I am just going to pull some of these babies off and kind of create a bit of a triangular pattern. We talk about the triangle thing because it draws the eye. And there you have our cute Hey Chick card for today. I hope you all can see that. Can you see them any better? Here we go. So that's it for today, you guys. I hope you learned some new fun techniques. Popping up on a card front, working with stencil, working with blender brushes, a reminder to re-ink your ink pads, and organdy ribbon. So easy to work with, super duper fun and cute. So thanks to all my chickies for coming in and joining me today. I really appreciate it. And I'm so glad you guys got to be with me today and create with me. I hope some of you did. Don't forget to visit the Crazy Mom Crafts a Lot Facebook page, or you can email me to crazymomcraftsalot@gmail.com, your card. And hopefully I can still get a highlights reel put together. Like I said, the coming months may get hairy. Nothing's definite yet. But please just be patient with me if it does. Classes, like I said, are currently, I shouldn't say canceled, but suspended. They're on hold for the future at the moment. What was the other thing to tell you guys? I think that's about it. Don't forget Celebration. And especially right now, I really do sincerely appreciate all of your guys' help and support for if you choose to purchase with me through my online store. Thank you guys extra for the coming weeks and months ahead, because it's going to get a little bit tricky over here. So I appreciate all your help when you guys shop with me and your support. If you guys have any questions about today's project, please feel free to leave them in the comments or send me an email. And don't forget, I'd love if you visit my blog. I put the Create With Me card up there every Friday, 1 o'clock currently. And you can always leave me a comment on the blog and let me know that you stopped by. So thank you guys all so much again, and I can't wait to see you next week. Bye.